If you're receiving Social Security benefits, SSDI, or SSI payments, what I'm about to tell you could affect your next payment and potentially terminate your benefits entirely starting in July. The Social Security Administration has quietly implemented new verification policies that are catching thousands of beneficiaries off guard. And if you don't know about these changes, your July payment could be your last until you comply with their new requirements. Are you prepared for what's coming? Or could you be one of the beneficiaries who wakes up in July to find your direct deposit never arrived? Before we dive into these critical updates that could impact your financial security, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss important Social Security news that could affect your benefits. We're here to keep you informed about every policy change, payment update, and deadline that matters to your financial future. The Social Security Administration has been rolling out what they're calling enhanced benefit verification protocols throughout 2025, and July marks a critical enforcement deadline that millions of Americans are completely unaware of. These aren't minor administrative changes we're talking about here. These are fundamental shifts in how the SSA verifies eligibility, processes continuing disability reviews, and validates income reporting that could result in immediate benefit suspensions for those who haven't complied with the new requirements. Have you received any correspondence from the Social Security Administration in recent months that seemed routine but mentioned verification or documentation updates? If so, that correspondence is more critical than you might have realized. The first major change involves what the SSA is calling real-time income verification cross-referencing. Starting in July, the Social Security Administration will be conducting automatic monthly cross-checks of beneficiary income against IRS databases, state employment records, and financial institution reporting systems. This means that if you're receiving SSI benefits and you have any unreported income, even from occasional gig work, side jobs, or financial gifts from family members, the system will flag your account automatically. The question many beneficiaries are asking is whether small amounts of unreported income that previously might have been overlooked will now trigger immediate benefit terminations. The answer, unfortunately, appears to be yes. The new system has zero tolerance for discrepancies, and even minor income reporting errors that were previously handled through warning letters or repayment plans are now resulting in immediate benefit suspensions pending full investigations. For SSDI recipients, the changes are equally concerning and involve accelerated continuing disability reviews that are being triggered by what the SSA calls digital activity indicators. The Social Security Administration has partnered with data analytics companies to monitor various forms of digital activity that might suggest increased functional capacity or workability. This includes everything from social media activity patterns and location data from smartphones to online shopping behaviors and digital payment transactions. Are you posting photos of yourself engaged in physical activities on social media? Are you making frequent online purchases that might suggest improved cognitive function? These seemingly innocent activities are now being used as triggers for expedited disability reviews that could result in benefit terminations if you can't prove your disability status remains unchanged. The verification requirements themselves have become significantly more stringent and complex. Beneficiaries are now required to provide documentation that many don't have readily available and weren't previously required to maintain. For SSI recipients, this includes detailed bank statements going back 12 months, receipts for all major purchases, documentation of living arrangements including utility bills and lease agreements, and verification of all household income sources including informal support from family members or friends. The documentation requirements are so extensive that many beneficiaries who are fully eligible for their benefits are finding themselves unable to gather the required paperwork within the specified timeframes, leading to benefit suspensions while they scramble to compile the necessary documentation. One of the most troubling aspects of these new policies is the shortened response timeframes for compliance. Previously, beneficiaries typically had 60 to 90 days to respond to SSA requests for information or documentation. Under the new policies, these timeframes have been reduced to as little as 21 days for certain types of verification requests, and the consequences for missing these deadlines are immediate benefit suspensions rather than the warning letters and extensions that were previously common. How many beneficiaries are checking their mail daily and responding to Social Security correspondence within 3 weeks? The reality is that many people, particularly elderly beneficiaries or those with cognitive impairments, are simply not equipped to meet these accelerated timelines. The technology infrastructure supporting these new verification protocols has also created significant problems for beneficiaries who are trying to comply. The SSA's online portal has been overwhelmed with verification requests, leading to frequent system crashes and extended wait times that make it difficult or impossible for beneficiaries to submit required documentation electronically. At the same time, local Social Security offices are reporting that they're not adequately staffed to handle the increased volume of in-person visits from beneficiaries who can't navigate the online systems or who need assistance with the new requirements. This creates a catch-22 situation where beneficiaries want to comply with the new policies but are unable to access the systems or services they need to do so. The appeals process for beneficiaries whose payments have been terminated under these new policies has also been significantly altered, and not in ways that favor the beneficiary. Previously, when benefits were suspended pending verification or review, beneficiaries could request continued payments during the appeals process. Under the new policies, payments are suspended immediately upon any verification failure, and they don't resume until the issue is fully resolved to the SSA's satisfaction. This means that beneficiaries who are ultimately found to be fully eligible for their benefits may go months without income while their cases are being reviewed and processed. What's particularly concerning is that the Social Security Administration has not conducted adequate outreach to inform beneficiaries about these changes. Many people are learning about the new requirements only when they receive termination notices or when their July payments fail to arrive. The SSA's website has been updated with information about the new policies, but this information is buried in technical documents that most beneficiaries never see, and the agency hasn't sent comprehensive notices to all beneficiaries explaining what the changes mean and what actions they need to take to maintain their benefits. For beneficiaries who want to protect themselves from potential benefit terminations, there are several immediate steps you should take. First, log into your My Social Security account online and review any pending requests or notices. Even if you think you've already responded to everything, the new system may have generated additional verification requests that weren't clearly communicated. Second, gather all your financial documentation for the past 12 months, including bank statements, pay stubs, receipts for major purchases, and any documentation of gifts or financial assistance you've received from family or friends. Third, if you're an SSDI recipient, be prepared to provide updated medical documentation from your healthcare providers, even if your condition hasn't changed, because the new review protocols are requesting more recent medical evidence than was previously required. If you're approaching your full retirement age or are already receiving retirement benefits, these changes may also affect you indirectly through increased scrutiny of spousal benefits, survivor benefits, or supplemental income sources. The SSA's new cross-referencing systems are identifying discrepancies in cases where they weren't previously detected, and this is leading to reviews of benefit calculations that were previously considered settled and final. The bottom line is that July represents a critical deadline for Social Security beneficiaries across all programs, and the consequences of not being prepared are severe. Your benefits could be suspended or terminated with little warning, and the process for getting them reinstated is more difficult and time-consuming than ever before. Don't wait until your payment doesn't arrive to find out whether you're in compliance with these new requirements. Take action now to review your account, gather your documentation, and ensure that you're prepared for whatever verification requests might be coming your way. The Social Security Administration's new policies are designed to reduce fraud and ensure program integrity, but they're also catching legitimate beneficiaries in their web of enhanced verification protocols. Stay informed, stay prepared, and make sure you subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on Social Security policy changes that could affect your benefits. Your financial security depends on staying ahead of these changes rather than reacting to them after it's too late.